Rudi, how long have you been president for the NEC Users Group?
Well, I've been president for a couple of years, but before that I was chairman for about 4 years. I think I've done a bit longer than I was supposed to as chairman. But in the president's role, I'm a sort of ambassador for NEC.
And which for you has been the most prominent NEC development in the last 2 years?
I think undoubtedly it was the Olympic Games, which of course all the projects used NEC. And it was one of the things that was mentioned by Sir John Armitt, who was chairman of the Olympic Delivery Authority, when he was interviewed by BBC Two a couple of years ago. And he was asked what was the most successful thing on the Olympics, and he said the use of NEC. So I think that probably said it all.
What is it, do you think, about the NEC Users Group that makes it so popular?
In my experience, I think the users like the fact that there's a big support network around the users group. So any problems, any issues they have, they can get in touch with NEC. There's an NEC consultant, Rob Gerard, I think is also very, very helpful, very supportive. I think the other thing they like is to come to events such as today, which is the conference, the NEC Users Conference, where they can talk to other people. They also get a lot of updates on what's happening NEC-wise. I think they all like that, and I think they're part, or they realise now they're part of actually quite a big movement.
And finally, where do you see the next biggest area for growth for the NEC Users Group?
Yeah, I'd like to think it will be Europe. I was talking to some contractors, some European contractors, about 3 weeks ago. And these are very large contractors who are working abroad, working globally. And they're very, very interested in NEC. They don't use NEC, they're not used to NEC in Europe, but they use NEC abroad when they operate abroad. And I think many of them will be keen to see NEC used in Europe. Now, there are problems with Europe, of course, because a lot of the countries have a different sort of legal system to ours. But I think it'll be a matter of time before NEC will get into that market. I'm sure it will get into that market eventually.